Hi! Welcome back to Adventures with Alice and Neen, podcast edition!
Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
This is the podcast where two college students explore big topics in life, such as love, trust, art, vulnerability, and more. So here today we have with us Alcina Chen.
Hi everyone. This is Alcina. I am a graduating senior at UC Berkeley, and I study molecular environmental biology, and I minor in theater performance.
I know Alcina because we were both in the same cast for the Arsonists, but also we've been in the same acting classes for like a while now.
Yeah, I think since Theater 109
Yeah.
and Theater 110A, and then Arsonists.
And then now Voice and Speech.
Yeah, and then now. And also we did film together.
Yeah, we did a film project together. Last summer I directed a film called Sealed in Time, and she played our main character.
It was fun.
Yay.
Nice.
So for our mini game segment today, we're going to start off by taking this quiz that my sister sent me, which is called Statistical Which Character Personality Quiz.
This is an interactive personality quiz that will determine your similarity with a long list of fictional characters. Ooh.
So there's a lot of versions of this quiz. There's a recommended 28 item. There's a random 14 item one, and then there's the complete version, which is 121 items.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have that much time on here, so we're gonna take the random version. And actually, I took it last night, so I took the 28 item version, so I actually have my results. But why don't I mean, you two might get different items.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
What does this even mean? Okay, so mine says, so it's like this slider thing. Like you can either like move like the button to like the left or the right, depending on where like you fall on the spectrum. So for me, my two ends of the spectrum is lewd and tasteful. And I don't know what the heck that means. Mind you, I woke up maybe like 15 minutes ago, so my brain might not be working, and I also don't have like any sort of caffeine in me. So this is like very raw morning, not here, Neen, but I don't know
You're not lewd.
Okay, so am I like 100% taste? But what does that even mean? I know I'm like an English major and all, but like what the heck does that mean?
I'll read you the definition.
Oh, okay, I got it. I looked it up. Haha, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Noreen is an angel.
Aw, thanks.
For me, the first one is intellectual or physical. Oh my god, I don't know. I feel like I'm more physical. I mean, I like intellectual stuff, but like I think the fact that I like acting means I'm like more physical in a way, and more like, with my body and stuff. So
yeah. I think when I got that item, I was like, I'm literally 50-50.
Yeah. I would say like I'm like 60 physical and intellectual, 40.
That's fair.
Oh, this one's really interesting. Trusting on one end and suspicious on the other.
Oh,
and
boy.
Your girl overthinks a lot and doesn't trust easily, and is also very suspicious, but also has enough trust to get by. So I don't know where I lay on the spectrum.
Also, you're a type 6, so
Yeah, on the Enneagram. So that means your girl likes to be afraid of everything and question everything. So I don't know what to do. I'm literally just gonna go 50-50 maybe. Actually, I might go like 60-40 suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely put more trusting. I'm like...
I have where does Lord Voldemort fall in on this spectrum? Is it whether he's scholarly or crafty?
Ooh.
Oh.
I put like 100% scholarly.
Oh, really?
I mean, he was only a good student, right? You cannot be a good villain if you're not a good student.
Well, I think he's pretty crafty too.
That's
Or
true.
he could be, because I don't know. I also feel like wizards have to be crafty.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's very true. Oh, I have another one. This one's for Harry. Harry Potter, is he optimistic or pessimistic?
Oh.
Oh, Harry is pessimistic. He's like the darkest. No, I'm kidding. He just thinks life is suffering, you know?
Yeah. But he fights through it. That's not, yeah?
I'm kidding. Harry is, I don't think he's that pessimistic.
Yeah. But then if you go see the Cursed Child play, he's really pessimistic.
Oh.
The Cursed Child, yeah.
I don't know what happens in that.
It's such a good show. Like, I cannot say more about it. It's just, yeah, it's just so good.
Okay, I'm getting my match.
What you get?
There.
I got Pam from The Office.
Cool.
Unfortunately, don't know
know
what that
who that
character
is.
that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
Is
Wait,
that
I
is
like
that good or
Pam.
bad? Do you like Pam?
I think that's good. Yeah, I like Pam. Wait, for Friends, I got 82% match on Monica.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I get it. I kind of sense that vibe.
That's interesting because I think out of the Friends characters, I think I see myself more in Monica, but like I score really low on her, so maybe I'm
What did you
wrong.
end up getting for her?
I got like 42% or something low. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My top character was Georgiana Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, okay. With Pride and Prejudice, I got Elizabeth Bennet, who's literally like the main person.
Oh my god, I love Lizzie.
To see that.
She is lovely.
Romeo and Juliet. Who did
Who'd
I
you
get? Oh, I got the nurse. Haha.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting. I got Juliet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm like,
Wait, I got 80% match Will Turner from Pirates. That's Orlando Bloom.
Yay.
Great Gatsby. Wait, what the heck? I got Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby.
I think I got the same thing.
80% match on Nick Carraway.
Oh, I got like a 66% match. I'm not like any of the characters from The Great Gatsby. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I got Nick Carraway. I don't know how I feel about
Love that book though. It's so good.
It's a really good book though, I will say.
I have a 91% match with Katara from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh, wait, that's cool.
Who is she?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like a really long while since I've watched it. But I feel like that's a good thing. I don't know why. I got a gut feeling that's a good thing. But for Harry Potter, I got 87% match Ginny Weasley.
Oh, I see it.
You do?
I do see it.
Oh my god.
I got Luna Lovegood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she was my second match after Georgiana Darcy.
Okay, my second match is 90% match with Charles Bindley.
I love that. Wait, Charles Bingley is such a likable person.
Yeah, he's really lovely. But I do love Lizzie. She's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Hunger Games.
Kind of badass.
Hunger Games? Oh, wait, there's a Hunger Games one.
Peeta. Oh my god, I love him.
Wait, what percentage did you get?
81%.
Nice.
What
I
about
got 84. So we're very close on that one. Yeah, for Peeta. Also for Lion King, I got 83% for Nala.
I got 87% for Nala.
Shoot.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy. Let me see. Derek.
Oh no.
Pepper.
I got 68% match for Miranda Bailey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's a boss.
Wait, I got 86% match for Luke Skywalker. Whoa.
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 Wait, let me see. What am I? I got 85% for Luke Skywalker.
Wait, we're super close then. Wait, that's super cool.
Where's Friends? I want to see Friends. Oh, Friends. Oh, I'm Rachel. 77%.
Rachel.
Yeah.
I got Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Phoebe. I love Phoebe.
I don't see it, but
I see it.
I don't see it. Really? You see
a
it?
little bit. Yeah.
She's eccentric.
Just a little bit. The cute part. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. I'm Nick.
Wait, I'm Rachel.
Oh my god.
Rachel
Nice.
Chu. Wait, honestly, I see this one. I see Rachel Chu.
Yeah.
I see it.
So today, because Alcina and I are both actresses, we're going to continue talking about acting. And we're also going to open it up more to talk about art in general and also film, because we're both involved with some film projects here and there.
Yeah.
So to start it off, let's talk about like film and theater and like what the differences are, and like do you have a preference between the two?
For me, I don't know. I like them both, you know. It's definitely very different acting between film and theater. I would say just in general, I prefer theater more for acting, because I feel like film is more the work of the director. I would say also it's not as continuous for a continuous acting as theater, and it's kind of really difficult for me to play the same emotion and like pick up somewhere that's completely different. But I guess it's a skill too, and it's something that a film actor needs to have. So I'm still trying to like become better at that. But for theater, it's from the beginning to end. It's a continuous emotion. The story is also continuous. So I feel like it makes more sense to me. At least it's
like chronological. Whereas like film, you have like you can shoot like scene 30 before you shoot scene 1.
Yeah, exactly.
It's based off of like, oh, we need to be at this location and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think theater is more expressive outwards, and film is more like inwards and like more subtle things, because it's more focused on your emotions can be seen more on camera, versus like in theater you're like far away from the audience, so you have to be really expressive in your emotions for them to see what's going on.
Yeah, actually one of our 109 classmates had worked on some film projects, and she was like telling me that film is a lot more about like really subtle facial expressions. Yeah,
it's cool. Which one do you like better, Alice?
I like better. I think I like them for different reasons. It's hard for me to choose like one or the other. I like that theater is live and like anything can happen, and it's always like in the moment, and that's when you have to really like surrender to the moment. Whereas like film, you can take as many takes as you want and you just want to create more of like an effect. But I also appreciate that like film is more subtle, because I feel like sometimes theater you can feel like you're overacting.
Yeah.
Which like it's just different, and I think that like you can appreciate both.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate both. And I feel like film is also more like just to have something that's like being recorded, and something that just like
that you could like go back and show to everyone. Yeah,
it's like you have this memory, you know, recorded, and it's a product of, I don't know, I just think it's amazing how you can have something there, and when you're older and you look back, it's there, you know. Theater is more about the moment, and film is more like forever lasting.
So what are some of the things that you've worked on that you like really remember?
I mean, Sealed in Time was really fun. It was my first time doing a on camera acting actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was quite difficult for me to like set the boundaries between, just how much I should go for it. But Alice was really good at directing it, so
Oh, thank you.
yeah. It was actually I actually auditioned through tape. Yeah, on camera, like self tape, to send it to Alice, and she saw it. I don't know. How did you cast Alice?
There were certain things that I was like looking for in terms of like honestly just like authenticity or like believability of the characters.
Hmm.
In particular for your character, there was that monologue that I had everyone read that was like her most frustrated moment when she was like, I've tried everything and I don't know like what you want from me kind of a thing. And that in particular, I was actually looking for just like being committed.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because like I mean both of us were in Patrick's class. We learned about the Laban efforts, which is really like physicalizing energy in different ways, whether that's like being more free or being more like tense. And I really wanted to see somebody like play around with that.
Do you want to talk about the story really quick, or?
Yeah, sure. So the story of Sealed in Time is about a Cal student who is having like the worst day of her life, in which she oversleeps, doesn't isn't able to study for a midterm, and then she goes to the midterm, and then the midterm doesn't go well, and then her girlfriend breaks up with her, and she's having this really bad day, and she finds out that like when she steps on one of the seals on campus, that her day restarts. So it's like a Groundhog Day scenario, and it's about her like and how she deals with that.
Yeah. The editing was also really good. So check out the film.
Yeah. I gotta say that one thing about directing is that by the end, you know every single like moment super well that like I will rewatch the film and just cringe because I'm just like that should not be there. This should not be happening. Also, even like reflecting on it now, I think there are areas of the story that I would just change altogether.
Yeah.
Like in particular, I really did not like the breakup scene.
Yeah.
Especially that last scene where your character just like thanks her girlfriend for like everything that like she's done, and I'm just like that's just not realistic. But yeah, I feel like I would be so interested in rewriting or writing something different that's about like breakups, but coming at it from a more like realistic point of view.
Mm.
So maybe I'll direct something again in the future. I don't know. Exciting.
Yes, please do.
We love director
Also,
Alice.
Yeah, go Alice.
Woo.
The set was just like the filming conditions, just because
Oh
they're
boy,
not.
it was.
Yeah.
We spilled boba one day. Then we go outside. There's loud noises. There's like helicopters everywhere.
Yeah.
These things that you don't think about when
Actual
you're
student tours that are being
watching a
given.
film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also like just people in the background constantly, so we always wait for them to go to class first and then have that like half an hour or an hour to shoot before people
Come
come
back
in
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also a very long film for a first film.
Yeah.
So I really was like, I don't know what
You have
I'm
a lot
doing.
to
I was
say.
just like, huh?
You have a lot to say. Right. That's
I think it was a lot of people had a lot of things to say because there were like 7 writers.
Ah.
It was a little ridiculous.
Okay.
All I
Cool.
remember from this film was that I was an extra and I was part of the student tour. And then there was an actual student tour that happened right next to us, and I thought that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, I also cringe a little at the whole tour guide thing because I think it was like slouching. I'm like, oh.
No worries. Like I totally understand. Like every time I look at my own work, I get the same feeling. Like I just cringe. there's never like a satisfaction that I just like, okay, that was good. Okay, maybe sometimes a little. Yeah,
I think actually I did work on one film that I felt like the acting I did in that was pretty good. Like I think there were, I mean, okay, to be fair, so I don't know if you've seen Girls Night, which was one of the Giant films.
I've seen it.
Were you in that?
Yeah, I was in it, and it's like about like three witches that are like creating this like potion to get this guy to like my character. And a part of this potion is that I have to like one of the ingredients is like the blood of a virgin. So I have to like I had to act out cutting my pinky off. So they like made this like wax and they put it on my pinky to make like a fake pinky, and then I had to cut it off using
Oh my gosh.
blood. It was really fun. I really enjoyed being on that set. But I feel like if I actually cut my finger off, I would pass out. So although I think I did pretty well on like the pain and like expressing that, I'm just like that lasted way too short. I don't think I would stop screaming after like 5 seconds if I cut my pinky off. So
cool. Yeah, I also did a giant film that's about like Asian American couple that's coming to America and the things that they go through. So that one's coming out soon, and I'm super excited about that one.
Nice. New film release.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I mean, going off of that, just because it's along the same topic, do you have any thoughts on like how being like an Asian woman like impacts your experience working?
I was actually queuing for that.
Yeah.
I was looking at the questions and I was like, it's time for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult. Of course it's difficult. Everybody knows it's difficult. Like the industry itself is difficult for sure, but being Asian American, I feel like it's more outside forces and inside forces that kind of make you constantly question yourself if you want to keep on doing this, and constantly reaffirming yourself that this is something that you want to pursue. Because you know, for me myself, my parents want me to become a doctor, very very Asian. And it's not just because it's just because it's the typical Asian job, but they think it's more secure and it's more, you know, schooling, and it's more like, you know, stable, I think, for your future life, whatever, family. So just being Asian, like going into the field of art is very scary for my family, for the family, and for myself too. But I just think that something I saw that Eleanor posted on Instagram the other day was that, like, during this quarantine time right now, that, like, we're not doctors, we're not fighting in the, you know, first line, whatever, first defense, but everybody that's staying home are listening to music, are reading books, are like watching movies and all that. And the post was saying how, like, in times like this, we turn to art for, you know, comfort and support. So I do think that it is very important. It's the reason why I want to do it. And I don't think being Asian or like just having other difficulties will stop me from doing it. And also, like, as we can see, I feel like the industry is also putting more emphasis on like Asian Americans in general, like in the film industry, at least, I would say. But I think for theater, there's still a lot of room for improvement, because, like, from my observation, an Asian actor is still like not really getting important roles in theater performances. Maybe I have not seen enough plays to say this, but just from the place that I've seen, I feel like there's still more room for growth. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and I noticed that like it's so hard to know like it's hard because there's not a lot of like role models.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with one of my friends who actually goes to Columbia for an MFA program, and he's Asian, and he was like saying like our program has 2 Asians in our class, and that's like way better than the national average, which is like 0.
Whoa.
So yeah, and I think it's also because like it's hard to break into, because if you don't have role models, then it's hard to like see yourself doing it. And then like for me, I know like people who are scared for me because there are no role models. They're like, how would you be able to do this kind of a thing?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think, I mean, I'm not afraid myself, but like it's like when your parents are looking at it, they're like, okay, nobody's doing this. Why do you think you can do this?
Ooh,
Yeah, and the interesting thing
yeah.
is that I was like talking to my sister about this too, is that I feel like the people who have made me feel like I can't do it are people who are not doing it. And the people who are doing it have never made me feel like I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, kind of like going a little bit sidetrack, like that's what made it really scary for me to choose like what I ended up like wanting to study in college, because I study English, because your girl can't handle blood and your girl can't handle math that has letters in it, because that shouldn't happen, in my opinion. Like I remember taking calculus in high school, and the equation that I was given was all in numbers, and somehow my answer that I ended up getting was all in letters, and I was like, that was the moment I realized I can't do this. Not that I can't do it, but it was just like the phenomenon of like my answer is now all in letters. It's like, what? That no,
that shouldn't happen.
But I mean, when I first told my parents like, oh yeah, like I am going to be studying English, the first like initial reaction was like, what the heck, like why in the world are you doing this? No one else is doing this. Like, because I mean, the average of people, like high school students specifically, that go into universities and now that are like going to actually legitimately study English, is like at a 3% national rate. Like 3% of high school students, maybe even 2 at this point, are going into high school, like are going into colleges and actually like pursuing like English specifically, of which that also is like a crazy statistic. Of which I was like, what the heck, I still want to do what I love doing, because I don't want to like lose out on that in a way. So it was like really hard, like in the very beginning of like, I'm still adamant in my decision, but this has now made like a very, like every other conversation I have with my parents about what I'm going to be doing in the future has led to some sort of existential crisis. So that's, unfortunate, but it's like really hard. I was telling Eleanor and Camilla this, like the only theater experience I have was like senior year of high school. Do you know the musical Seussical?
No, but keep on going.
Okay, yeah. No, it's basically like, think of a bunch of Dr. Seuss stories just meshed together in a musical.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and so you have like the Cat in the Hat, and you have this like little boy who like go through different like Dr. Seuss stories that are meshed together. And then my character, so I played the main character who like was the little kid that went with like the Cat in the Hat throughout like the entire musical. And I ended up saving Whoville, which was fun. But
Go Neen.
I thank you. It was weird because I went to a really small high school, and the majority of the students that were there were white. And I didn't realize this at the time, but I was also like one of the few people, like specifically like Asian Americans, that got a lead role, and that hasn't happened in like a very long time apparently. And I didn't think about this until like after the musical, because I was so exhausted from like musicals in general. Like after that experience, I was again telling Eleanor and Camilla this, like I have so much respect for like theater people, like people who do theater for a living or people who like pursue it and study it or do it because it's a lot of work. Tech rehearsals are like, oh my gosh, like I've never been that stressed out but also that tired at the same time, like physically. And I was like, man, mad respect for people who do performing arts.
Absolutely. I don't know if I think I did mention this to you, Alcina, that like after our tech rehearsal for the Arsonists, I sort of crashed.
Yeah, I saw you guys. We had like this backstage photo of Alice and the other members of the crew just on stage, just like looking very tired. Yeah, I would say
I think it was Camilla that was on the floor, but
yeah.
But I mean like actually like after that weekend, that like the next
you couldn't
day,
even go to class.
I didn't go to class because I was so like physically exhausted that I did not want to like be like standing.
Yeah, I understand.
Much less performing.
I get the same. Yeah, I get the same feeling every time. But I feel like I really appreciate it though, because I feel like I've actually pushed myself to my limit, or I'll constantly testing my limit and just like testing my patience. Just overall, I feel like I've become a better person through the experience in this job in art, at least. Yeah, which is what I love about theater in general.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, despite all the exhaustion, I would like never give it up.
Yeah, it's the fun part. One of the fun parts. Yeah.
Okay, since we're on the topic of the Arsonists,
Yes.
what do you think you'll remember about the Arsonists like years from now?
I think it's the people.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, the story is amazing itself, but as Patrick said, this was, the dream cast. And I get so inspired by everybody around me, everybody in the cast, like super talented. And when we're just rehearsing, everybody's like working so hard.
Everyone's like singing.
Yeah. Everybody's
making weird noises, and I'm just so impressed by everyone.
Yeah, it's just the bonding. Like I remember specifically when when 5 of us were doing the last scene in the back room while you guys took over the stage and did the chorus stuff. We were just rehearsing scene 6, and we were just doing a speed read through. I think that's what Patrick called it. Like just not acting, but just like reading the lines super fast so we get the tempo up. But that was when things were on fire. Like there were just like sparks in the air, and I got super excited. Like we ended rehearsal at 10 p.m., but I walked home and I just could not sleep because it was just so exciting that like just seeing things coming together and the sparks flying. It was just great. Yeah, the chemistry that we have. And I learned so much from everybody in that show, like their work ethic and how they were handling the whole situation, because we almost got our show canceled due to the coronavirus. And it's just, yeah, we stood together. Yeah, definitely the people.
Yeah, and I think that Patrick has like a way of like making those scenes like really come to life too.
Yeah, Patrick he's just amazing. He's an amazing performer, amazing teacher, amazing director. He can always bring people together, and he always brighten our days. Yeah,
and he's always very honest about like how he's doing, and very accepting of how everyone's doing.
Yeah,
like he wants to know if you're having a bad day.
Yeah, that's also another reason why I choose theater and just art and just performing, because I feel like everybody that's in it, is so genuine and so true to their feelings and their feelings towards others.
Mm-hmm.
There is competition for sure for if you want to get the role, but like there's also more, you know, friendship and more support. And that's what I really appreciate, because I feel like being a student, especially at Berkeley, it is so big. It's such a big campus with so many people, and just to have genuine connections with people and just like
Oh yeah.
working on the same project together. Everybody wants the best for it. Nobody's slacking and everybody's supporting each other. And it's something that you really love doing too. So it's just magical. I have to be in a production every semester in order for me to like survive the semester.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's what I feed off of. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like how when you have all these like really big lecture classes, and then you like go into like voice and speech class, and before class people are like playing on the piano and singing musical theater songs. It's like family.
We just get all like super excited and emotional about this, but yeah.
This one's kind of off topic. This semester was kind of like a very out of comfort zone thing for me, because I was in Euchorus before everything kind of got canceled this semester, and it was like very much out of my comfort zone experience, but it was like really fun. I ended up like really enjoying it. But then before Euchorus, I was honestly thinking of like taking an acting class for the sake of it, like 110 or something. But I didn't know whether or not I wanted to do it. One, because they had you audition, and I was like, oh dear God, no. But I'm just thinking, like, what have you learned about yourself so far in these classes / productions? Like, what I guess have you taken away from them that makes you like want to do it? I feel like we've already covered that, but like in terms of like taking like classes specifically and what you've learned from like your different professors, like that kind of thing.
I think for me, definitely the reason why I chose to continue doing this, and as for my profession too, because I feel like I learned so much about myself through the characters that I play, and through the teachers too. They inspire me so much, but also the characters themselves. Because with acting, you have to dig into like your deepest emotions and your deepest, you know.
Yeah, like you really have to know yourself.
Yeah. I do feel like I take a little bit of my character, every character that I play, with me by the end of it, even as I say goodbye to them. I mean, a lot of people say that like, oh, don't think too much and like don't care too much about your emotions because they don't really do you any good. They don't make you more productive or things like that. But I feel like with the work that we do, it's definitely constantly questioning, asking yourself, just getting to know more. And I feel like that's just art in general. It's more like an inward work than outward work. And for actors, it's just turning the inside work into an outside work, into an expressive work. And that's why I just love art in general and writing and all that. So I can relate to all of that. Yeah. But definitely the classes, I do recommend to take acting classes in general, even if it's just for fun. I'm just so fortunate because I almost didn't audition for Theater 10 because I was like, how am I going to get into this class? I don't know. I don't have a monologue. And I have this friend who was also in 10 with me. He was like, you should just try it out. If you make it, you make it. If you don't make it, it's fine. Like, it's fine. And then I realized that it has completely changed me. My Theater 10 was with Jessica, and it's my favorite class on campus. It's like my shelter at Berkeley. And yeah, I just kept on taking more and more. It's very time consuming, but it's worth it.
And to add on with like the part you said about it being like inward work,
Yeah.
it is also like that component of like having to do theater with other people that I think is also super important.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't know, it's just really been life-changing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the way I see life now is different. I think that's one of the like really valuable things that I took away from it, that you can just take away from education in general, is that you want to like study things that make you think differently about, like, not just like know new things, but like make you think differently.
Yeah.
And I think theater 10 is definitely one of those classes.
It's like philosophy. I think art in general focuses a lot on like life, the value of life, and philosophy, and it makes you, and psychology and history and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it makes you appreciate the world better. Yeah. I feel like, yeah.
I think an artist's work is so important. I think it's like easy to overlook because it's not like something that is quantitative.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if you're a doctor, you can like, I don't know, see like lives that you've saved or something, and that's obviously so important and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much harder to necessarily see that when you're talking about art, because like what you're really doing is like imagining dreams, or like imagining the future, or like thinking, reflecting on what is like valuable in life, and also like sharing that with other people, which isn't as like solidly like you can touch it type of a thing, but it's so important because we're like creating the dreams of like everyone who consumes our art, kind of a thing, or like influencing people that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes like oftentimes without them even really knowing it, or like
Right.
thinking too hard about it.
Yeah. I'm sure, Noreen, you feel the same about English writing, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely do. I think that like while it's like hard, it's definitely extremely worth it, and I've just learned like so much like about myself. And I realized like even in literature and like even analyzing it and writing it, I have found that I really like the ability to be able to advocate for certain characters. Like characters who shouldn't have got the ending that they got, right? Like why they were kind of set up for the worst, for example, to having, you know, criticizing like main characters or characters that are placed on like, you know, canonical pedestals. And like, yeah, I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about other people. I think that I, at the end of the day, don't regret like pursuing what I really am passionate about and studying, because that brings a lot of joy into what I do. And it's kind of like the motivation and the reason why I end up doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Okay, we're about time now, so I guess it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
What did we learn today? We learned that we get really sad whenever productions and projects end.
Yeah. And I just think like any creative work that we do is what we need, especially in times like this.
Yeah, it's like the fire that like keeps humanity going.
Yeah. I mean, science and technology and everything else is also super important, as it really improves human life quality, you know? And all
I'm
that.
not gonna deny that one.
Yeah.
So important.
I was having this conversation with my mom, and I was like, look at art, and she's like, but you know, a country cannot advance without science and technology and all that. I was like, yeah, that is complete. I agree, absolutely, but it's so fast. It's all like, it's so fast changing, and if you look at history, what really remains is, you know, the knowledge and the art. I just hope I don't offend any like science major, yes major.
Yeah, no, we're not denying that science is important. It's just sometimes we feel like art is overlooked, and it's also really important.
Exactly. Yes.
Boom. Mic drop.
Cool.
Boom.
Thanks, Alcina, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to everyone listening at home. Be kind to yourself, and bye!